So on this occasion, I want to explore with you the third article of our Gnostic Catholic Creed, a short and cryptic text in which we each declare, I believe in the serpent and the lion, mystery of mystery, in his name, Baphomet. And this is indeed a mystery of mystery, not a riddle or a puzzle that I can help you solve, but a rite and a gnosis into which you can find a way. In my own way into this mystery, I have noticed some things that I will share with you. And you will decide for yourself whether these lead you deeper into the mystery, deepening mystery of deeper mystery, the light within our rite, in which we find the serpent and the lion. Now the serpent alone is a powerful symbol of initiation and wisdom, of death and regeneration. And the lion is a king of beasts, incarnating strength and pride. But these two have come together in our Kabbalistic correspondences. The letter Tet means serpent, and it is identified with the zodiacal sign of the lion, Leo, whose glyph looks like a little snake. And the tarot card for Tet is strength. But in the Crowley-Harris deck, it is called lust. And it shows the Scarlet Woman riding a beast with the body of a lion and a serpent for a tail. But that tail is not a serpent simply, it has a lion's head. It is taken from an ancient image where the head of a lion appears atop the body of a serpent, and sometimes the lion head is crowned or surrounded by a halo or streaming rays, and that image is called a knubus. It is carved on old gems from the start of the Christian era, and there is often a name carved alongside it, a name like Abrasax, or a name like Yao, or a name like Yaldabaoth. These were all used as names of the demiurge, a Greek word for architect, meaning the creator god of this world, who was not the first intelligence, who is begetting and not unbegotten, who is jealous and finite, whose origin is described in this passage from the Apocryphon of John. Now Sophia, who is the wisdom of afterthought and who represents an eternal realm, conceived of a thought without permission of the Spirit, and because of her unconquerable power, it was not an idle thought. Something came forth from her that was imperfect and different in kind, because she had produced it without her lover. When Sophia saw what her desire had brought forth, it changed into the figure of a snake with the face of a lion. Its eyes were like flashing bolts of lightning. She flung it away from her to hide it, because she had brought it forth ignorantly. She surrounded it with a bright cloud, and put a throne in the middle of the cloud, so that it would be unseen except by the Holy Spirit. She named the child Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth is the first ruler, who took great power from his mother. Then he departed from his birthplace. He was strong and created new worlds by means of a flame of fire that exists yet. He mated with the mindlessness in himself and brought forth his own authorities. Thus, the Apocryphon of John. Crowley also identifies the lion-headed serpent with the god Harpocrates, understood as the dwarf soul, the secret self of every man, the spermatozoan or seed of life, as a concentration of phallic consciousness. Such a lion-serpent destroys the destroyer by overcoming death with renewal, by creating continuity through generation. I believe in that. And these various ideas of powerful lust and ignorant creation under the sign of the serpent and the lion have a name which is Baphomet. This name comes from the history of the Templars, the Holy Order of Crusader Knights, condemned by the accusations of jealous rivals, banned by the Pope, and outlawed by kings. In the trials of the Templars, they were accused of a secret idolatry, and the name of their supposed idol was Baphomet. The persecutors of the Templars never claimed to have found any artifact that could be identified as the Baphomet of Templar idolatry, but it was described in charges and confessions voiced in the trials of the Templars. The Baphomet was variously said to be like a painting on a beam or a wall, like a reliquary, like a cat, like 2 or 3 cats, like a skull, like a bearded head. Now, the idea of the head as a magic idol has a long and interesting history. One of the earliest cases is the head of Orpheus, a legendary hero and saint of our church who founded the mysteries in Greece. He was dismembered by wild women, and his head floated down the river Hebron along with his lyre out across the sea to land near Mytilene on the Isle of Lesbos, singing all the way and giving oracles. The head was buried there, and a temple of Bacchus or Dionysus was built on the site as a place of prophecy. In later history, the head of John the Baptist was removed by the wicked work of the women Herodias and Salome. In the Apocryphon of James, Jesus says to James, "Do you not know that the head of prophecy was removed with John? When you realize what the head is, and that prophecy comes from the head, then you will understand what this means. Its head was taken away. At first I spoke with you in parables, but you did not understand. Now I am speaking with you plainly, and you still do not perceive." Accounts like this one were interpreted by some observers of Christianity to refer to a cult of the head, in which Jesus had actually obtained the head of John the Baptist, and used it to produce magic oracles. Much later, there were legends about Roger Bacon, a Franciscan who was contemporary with the Templars, and who is now a saint of our church. After his death, Bacon gained a reputation for sorcery, and one of his works was supposed to have been a bronze head that could speak and answer questions about the future. Later still, another of our saints, Aleister Crowley at the Abbey of Thelema, devised a version of Bacon's magic head to manifest the goetic spirit Belial, whom Crowley called a not god, and his own especial daimon. This brazen head was to be in a special temple, waited upon by a virgin priestess and a young boy, and equipped with a telephonic membrane, so that Crowley, the pontifex of the daimon, could remotely command and converse with the postulants in the temple. Postulants who didn't know what they believed, who could be fooled into thinking the demon Belial was mightier than the demon Crowley. But Belial is a different name than Baphomet. Where did the Templars or their accusers get the mysterious name of 8 letters? The most conservative scholars are unanimous that it was a corruption of Muhammad, and there seem to be documents from the trials to support that ironic notion that the Templars were infected with idolatry by the severely aniconic Arabic Islam, which repressed all images of God. I know that's hard for me to believe.